Jai Hind, my dear children. Today we are going to start a new chapter in physics, chapter 17, Stars and the Solar System. In this chapter, we shall study about various celestial objects. Celestial objects means the moon, the stars, the planets, whatever that appears on the sky are called celestial objects. The first one we are going to discuss is about moon. Moon is the most brightest and noticeable object in the sky. If you closely observe moon, you will find that the shape and size of the moon changes from day by day. The different shapes of this moon are called phases of the moon. Do you know why the shape and size of moon changes day by day? Let's see. The day on which the whole disk of the moon is visible is known as the full moon day. Thereafter, every night, the size of the bright part of the moon appears to become thinner and thinner. On the 15th day, the moon is not visible. This day is known as the new moon day. So, from full moon to new moon, there are 15 days. And after this new moon day, the very next day, only a small portion of the moon appears in the sky. This small portion of the moon after the new moon day is called crescent moon. Then again the moon grows larger every day, and again on the 15th day, once again we get a full view of the moon. The various shape of the bright part of the moon as seen during a month are called phases of the moon. The phases of this moon or the change in shape of this moon is due to the revolution of moon and also the earth. The moon does not produce its own light. We see the moon because the sunlight falling on it gets reflected towards us. We therefore see only that part of the moon from which the light of the sun is reflected towards us. Remember that the moon revolves around the earth. The earth along with the moon revolves around the sun. So these revolutions of moon and earth are responsible for the phases of moon. The other type of celestial object we see in the night sky is the stars. There are a large number of stars. They are bright of different colors. The stars emit light of their own. The stars are far away from us, so they appear as bright twinkling spots. The distance between star and earth is usually measured in terms of light year. In this chapter, we shall study about stars, sun, the pole star in the sky, constellation formed by the stars. The bright objects, when it comes close to us, it becomes more and more bright, just like the lights of a moving vehicle. When it is near to us, it becomes more bright. Just like that, the stars close to earth are more bright than others. Sun is also a star. The sun is nearly 150 million kilometers away from the earth. The distance between sun and earth is also measured in terms of light year. Sun, being closer to appears bigger and brighter than other stars. Other stars are also big, but they are far from earth, so they appear as tiny spots. The stars move from east to west. The light of the sun is so bright that we cannot see. What are constellations? The stars forming a group that has a recognizable shape is called a constellation. As I told, stars move from east to west just like the sun. The earth rotates from west to east. The same phenomena we see when we are in a moving train. All other objects feels like that they are moving backwards or opposite direction of our movement. So the earth moves from west to east So it appears that the stars move from east to west, that is the opposite direction. So including sun, the stars move from east to west, opposite to that of the earth. There is one star called pole star which is situated in the direction of the earth axis. It does not appear to move. The stars forming a group that has a recognizable shape is called a constellation. Constellations were devised by ancient people to be able to recognize stars in the sky. The shape of constellations resemble objects familiar to those people. We can easily identify some constellations in the night sky. Ursa Major or Great Bear or Big Dipper or Saptarshi constellation. This is the most famous constellation which we see during the summer time. There are 7 prominent stars in this constellation. It appears like a big ladle or a question mark. There are 3 stars in the handle of the ladle and 4 in its bowl. Ursa Major constellation helps to locate the pole star. Just above this, perpendicular to this Ursa Major constellation, the pole star is located. If we draw a straight perpendicular line like this, we can locate the pole star. Not only Ursa Major, there are many other familiar constellations like Great Bear, Cassiopeia, Leo Major, etc. Orion is another well-known constellation that can be seen during the winter in the late evenings. It also has 7 or 8 bright stars. Orion is also called the Hunter. The 3 middle stars represent the belt of the Hunter. The 4 bright stars appear to be arranged in the form of a quadrilateral. Cassiopeia, it's also a major constellation and another prominent constellation in the northern sky, visible during the winter in the early part of the night. We can see various types of constellations in the night sky. Now let us study about planets. For a better understanding of planets, watch this video.
Let's now understand more about the planets in the solar system. Mercury. The nearest planet from the Sun is Mercury. It is also the smallest planet of the solar system. Mercury can be observed only during the sunrise or sunset near the horizon. It is because at any other times it cannot be seen because of the glare of the sun. Mercury does not have satellite of its own. Venus. The brightest planet in the sky is Venus. It is the nearest planet from the Earth. Since it appears in the eastern sky before the sunrise, therefore it is also called morning star. Similarly, it also appears in the western sky just after the sunset. Therefore, it is also called evening star. It does not have any satellite. Venus rotates from east to west on its axis. Earth. The only planet in the solar system having life is Earth. Life exists on Earth because of the right temperature range, presence of water, and the favorable atmosphere along with ozone layer. Earth appears blue-green when observed from space. It is because of light reflected from the water is blue and from the ground light reflected is green. You will be surprised to know that the axis of rotation of Earth is not exactly perpendicular to the orbit of revolution. In fact, it is slightly tilted at some angle. This tilt is responsible for different seasons on the Earth. There are many satellites revolving around the Earth. Moon is the natural satellite of Earth. The rest are made by man and are called artificial satellites. Mars. The red planet of solar system is Mars. It is called red planet because of its reddish appearance. It has two natural satellites. Jupiter. The largest planet of solar system is Jupiter. It can be estimated that Jupiter is about 1300 times larger than Earth. However, the mass of Jupiter is 318 times that of our Earth. You can easily identify Jupiter as it is very bright and has faint rings around itself. Jupiter rotates around itself speedily. There are many natural satellites revolving around Jupiter. 4 of them can be seen by telescope. Saturn. The yellowish planet of solar system with beautiful rings is the Saturn. It also has large number of satellites. It is the least dense planet in the solar system. Its density is lower than water. Uranus and Neptune. These are the 7th and 8th planet from the Sun. Because of larger distance from Earth, these can only be viewed with the help of large telescopes. Uranus has highly tilted rotation axis on which it rotates from east to west just like Venus. It appears as if Uranus is rolling on its side. Beside planets, there are other bodies revolving around the Sun.
In addition to moon and stars, there are many other members in the solar system like asteroids, comets, meteors, etc. Asteroids are small objects that revolve around the Sun, which fill the gap in between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Comets are also members of our solar system. They revolve around the Sun in highly elliptical orbits. Meteors are bright streaks of lights in the sky. They are commonly known as shooting stars, although they are not stars. A meteor is a small object that occasionally enters the Earth's atmosphere. Some meteors are very large. Before entering into Earth, they evaporate completely. The body that reaches the Earth is called meteorites. Meteorites help scientists in investigating the nature of the material from which the solar system was formed. With this, we came to the end of this chapter. Read the textbook. Thank you.